Robbie, your thoughts on that 3-3 draw?
Thoughts? I think they're a half-decent team. I think they're a good side. I think they've got a lot of strengths going forward. I think that's probably why you've seen why they've scored 8 goals in 2 games. Yep. Really good team, really well managed. Got a lot of time for the manager.
Here's your tenner.
And it was a great game of football. I mean, they'll say they've give us a couple of goals, and we definitely give the first 2 goals we're very poor. And like I said, we were actually, for all their strengths, a comfortable 1-0 at the time before Ryan makes a decision, which I ain't got a problem with Ryan's decision in the sense of he's being proactive and he's on the front foot and he's trying to be brave. What he's got to do is make sure that he makes the right decision, which he should have headed it. And it's all ifs and buts, and he's got a split second to make that decision. But you just hope next time when he's in that position, he makes the right one. And then we don't stop the cross. The cross is such a loopy cross to the back stick. The ball, I mean, when I've looked at the lad can't believe, he's in disbelief that he's got 10 yards of freedom, 2-3 yards out. And we just can't afford to give teams of the quality of them a leg up. But what I would say on the positive spin is, I thought second half we spoke to them and said, listen, you've got to go out and have a strong mentality, and we need to have a good reaction to go and try and win this game. And we did. We put ourselves in a situation to win the game, and we just haven't seen it out. I mean, from their point of view, they'll argue and say it was a good finish, but from our point of view, I think Kieran himself, when he's got that header, I'd rather him he's heading it wide out of the danger of the middle of the park. And I understand he might question and say, well, we've got 3 midfielders in there, why is no one stopping the shot? I accept that, but I think if you can stop the first source and head it wide, the danger's then, nullified, as to say. And but I think it was an entertaining game. I think two teams tried to play. And don't forget, we're still in the stage of where a few of our players are not up to speed yet. Dan Smith's, he's hardly had no game, and he's played 90 minutes tonight, and I feel guilty because in the instance of the game, he shouldn't have never ever played 90 minutes. And due to my honesty, I'm having a go at myself because he shouldn't have played 90 minutes. But unfortunately, he's such an important player for us with his physicality, his presence up there, that it was key that he had to stay on. And I to and fro with Jay, should we to put him on? Should we take him off? Should we take Tommy off? Just to get some fresh legs on. But he shouldn't have stayed on. And for the amount of months he's been out, for him to play
January,
for him to play for him to play one half and a full game speaks volumes for his attitude, his commitment for the football club, his work rate, and his professionalism. And we've got Matty Burgess, who's a young Bognor lad who we've managed to get in from Bournemouth. He's a terrific player, but he's only played one. That's his first game in 4 months. So there are a lot of positives to when I say the start, people look and go 1 point from 2 games. I think we've played 2 good teams.
Agreed.
I think we've played 2 good teams, and it's going to be a tough league. It is going to, it's going to be a tough league. We've got a hashtag here Saturday.
They've started well, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're just all tough games. But we've got to only focus on us. And when I watch us, there's a lot of good positive things at the minute. But there's certain areas that we need to get better. We need to get better in certain areas, and we will. I feel this team will only improve, but it's got to take time. We've brought in 10 new players. People might say we've had pre-season. Forget about pre-season. Pre-season's friendlies, where you experiment. You don't play, the teams we play don't play their full teams all the time. Was I happy pre-season? Yeah. But the nitty-gritty starts now, and we've played 2 hard teams. But what I would say is, for us to get ourselves in a position to win the game, coming off the disappointment goals at half-time, I've got to commend the players, and I've got to respect the players on the effort they give to the team. And I think the supporters, I hope, see that we've got a young team that is on, in my opinion, on the up. I said a lot of times post-match that I weren't happy and we needed to get better. I feel we've got better players in, but it's not just going to happen overnight. And There's just got to be. I'm not saying patience, but what I'm saying is it'll take a little bit of time to get this team up and running. But I still see a lot of potential. Lucas Pattenden, Dan coming back, Tommy Lee. It's a new front three.
Yes.
Matty Burgess has come in. There's Mo Jama's come in. So there's a lot of new players. And Kieran's come in, and Ben Anderson's come in, and Ryan's come in. So a lot of the players are new, and they've only played 5 or 6 games together. So I take a lot of positives from the game. Disappointment again, similar to Saturday, where we got in some areas and didn't, regardless of the goals we conceded before half time, we could have been 3 up. With obviously Smudge going through.
Better chances,
yeah,
yes.
and Lucas, but we can't have everything, and it's a matter of process. And I feel that we are going in the right direction. But we've just got to cut them silly, decisions. But the hard part is for Ryan, as he makes that decision, he actually connects on it, and he actually couldn't put it on a plate more for the lad. But that's just the way it goes sometimes, sometimes. But that's football. But I've seen enough to be pleased with the performances. Like I said, I'll go on record that I think them 2 teams have played a sort of benchmark of it's going to be a tough league. I'm not saying they're going to win the league. I'm not saying they're getting the playoffs.
No.
What I'm saying is I think we've played above average 2 teams.
I think you're right. There were many chances you created. Dan Smith, Lucas Pattenden crosses just behind Dan. I'd have put my house on if
he's fit.
He scores.
Fit, and don't forget, like we say, since January, that's his first 90 minutes.
But it was behind him,
I know, but
behind.
If he's fit, he shifts it and hits it.
Yes.
That's
correct.
the difference.
Yeah,
but listen, we can't have everything. We're just pleased that we've got something from the game, but we must do better.
Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, no problem. Top man, Pete.
Cheers, mate.
Nice to see
All the
you.
best.